Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We're out here again for the 2021 Redbud National. We are once again interviewing people thanks to our weekend sponsor. As you can see behind us here with our nice new wall, TLR Coatings is paying all the money to be here this weekend. A lot of it.
I love it.
Including for our man, Mr. Kevin Moranz, back on the channel here in town this week. We just did a bike build.
Indeed.
Should we tell him what it is?
Yeah, so it's a brand new 2022 KTM 150 SX from Letco Cycles. Has 0.1 hours on it and just got a complete makeover, so it's pretty sweet.
It's pretty awesome. If the video isn't out by the time this stuff comes out, which it probably won't be because this stuff's much easier to edit than that, we do have a full build video, including time lapses. Kev's channel and all his social will have all sorts of stuff. He's been actually posting about it on the regular here as we go. So make sure to go follow him, Moranz.85.
Yep,
right?
Moranz.85 on Facebook and Instagram, and then Kevin Moranz on YouTube, and we'll be probably dropping a YouTube build soon.
Yep, so.
And then what's your guys' YouTube?
Gotta search my name, Travis Ridenhour. Duh.
Didn't know if it was like TLR Coatings or what it was.
I have a TLR Coatings YouTube channel. I have not launched it yet.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to get enough videos in the hopper that I could go a video a week for a whole year and not have to make another video.
Oh, that's nice.
See, so getting ahead of the game
arsenal
there.
ready.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
I like it.
So anyway, we're out here at Redbud National, and other than the bike build that we brought Kev out for, we are going to do a video that I don't know. Do you guys know? Has it been done before?
What's that?
The pros view of a national.
I mean, they
What
used
a pro
to do,
sees,
They
I
used
guess.
to do
I
like
don't know what we're
Transworld
calling it.
Shadows way back in the day, but it's nothing like it.
We're not calling it
Yeah.
Transworld Shadows. They're out of business, so sorry, we're done.
I hate you so much.
So
I'm
anyway,
actually excited.
Kev's gonna be with us for the pro race tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome. He is going to fill us in on kind of what a pro sees and how a track breaks down and everything. Now the reason he's with us is because, for those of you who don't know, he went to Indonesia in Atlanta 2. Went to Indonesia there and got himself a helicopter ride, which is awesome. You know, we could have gotten you a helicopter ride without that.
Yeah, no, I know.
So anyway, shoulder surgery. Why don't you tell us what happened to the shoulder exactly, how that helicopter ride was, and when you think you're coming back here?
So what a lot of people don't really know is the shoulder injury, which is what I had surgery on. I had my labrum fixed. Did not come from the wreck that I got helicoptered from. I ended up dislocating my shoulder the session before that, and so I'm pretty sure that's where the injury at least stemmed from. Went out the next session, not related to the shoulder. It's not like the shoulder gave out or anything like that. Just hit a kicker, and then went to Indonesia, and then got the helicopter flight just because they were worried about me collapsing my lungs, or my lungs being collapsed, because my stats kind of started dropping. So they went ahead and flew me, got to the hospital, ended up my lungs were not collapsed, but I did break a couple ribs, and I had like a bruised lung or a partially collapsed lung, I don't know, and so it wasn't nearly as bad as what they were kind of expecting. So walked out the next day, got an MRI on the shoulder a few weeks later just to get everything checked out. That's when we saw that there's a little slap tear in the labrum, and decided to get it fixed up instead of trying to race and continue having problems with it. And then hopefully, if all goes well, we'll try to make the last 3 outdoors.
Okay. What is the training schedule like right now?
Just a lot of cardio and in the gym stuff, because I'm not able to ride yet. Hopefully I'll be able to ride next week. That's what I'm kind of hoping. I have my next appointment Friday.
Sick.
July 9th, I think.
Sick. So, who are you looking forward to watching here tomorrow?
250 or 450?
Let's start with the 250 class.
I'm obviously like the Lawrence brothers, but I would have to say like I want to keep an eye out on Jamar.
Okay.
Because like he's coming back, like how we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
I think that's going to be interesting to see how prepared he is, or how beat up he still is. You know what I mean?
I know. I've been listening to some Pulp stuff. Actually, me and him were both listening to it this morning, and they seem to think that like, oh, he's way better because it's been 2 weeks off or whatever. And
2 weeks?
Yeah, okay.
I'm
That's not
not
gonna fix much.
convinced that that's enough. So
Yeah.
that kid's at the wrong track. He's got too many wheels underneath him. Anyway, so have you done this before where you've like come to the nationals to like just watch like since your pro career started? You've been pretty healthy in your pro career.
Yeah, I've been pretty fortunate to be honest. I've never really gone anywhere specifically there to not race. Like usually when I can't race, I don't show up. So it's probably going to be interesting. It's going to be kind of heartbreaking to watch it because I'm not out there, but it'll be fun. I'm here to enjoy it because obviously I can't race yet, so that's the only thing that's keeping me like sane.
I told you we can put some alcohol in you, man. We're in the VIP. We got the cash bar.
What do you think? I'm gonna go ride second moto on somebody else's bike or what?
No. We'll put some alcohol in you so it's not so you don't think about it.
Yeah.
You're just like yeah.
Doubtful.
Set you up in some lot B. I mean, we can make cool stuff happen.
What's lot B? Is that back?
No, it's down. It's like down the hill and then all the way to the back over
You
there.
don't want to see what happens in lot B.
What is lot B? The fun lot?
Yeah, lot B is the fun lot.
Lot B used to be to set porta potties on fire
Oh my god.
and flip buses over.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good time.
It's about to get rowdy.
No, it's
It-
not.
it
It's
is.
not a good time, man. It's not a good time.
I walk in, dude was in a mouse head. I don't know what the heck was happening. There's weird stuff that happens in lot B, man. Really weird stuff. But it's a good time. Justin, you got some questions for my man here?
We didn't
You're
work on
very
this, so.
quiet over there.
I'm
You're
just listening,
very
man.
quiet.
I'm just listening. Just listening, buddy.
Oh
Just
my
listening.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so when you come back, are you going back to 250 or 450 for the last few here, if you can do them?
I really don't know. Like if I come back, it'll probably be in the 450 class on a 450, or
Yes, it will actually.
small possibility that we might try to race the 150 in one of the classes.
Comment down below. Do you
Well,
guys,
you know what they're gonna say. The 150.
Yeah. Or 125.
I was gonna say, do you think you should race
125.
Yeah.
the 125 two-stroke if he comes back for the last
Race
few?
the two-stroke. We'll call it that.
Yeah, or should he do the 450 class? Because the only way you should do the 250 class is if you're on the two-stroke. Otherwise, we need to make some money, Kev.
Yeah.
You gotta have some money.
The top 20 would be a big deal on the 150.
That would be pretty sick.
125. It's a 125.
Sorry, guys.
125 that we're
I keep
building.
messing that up. 125.
Yes. So what is the content plan here with the 150? Once we get it done and you can ride.
Honestly, man, like I feel like 150 video, like just or 125. Woo, Kevin, you're messing this up.
buddy.
Two-stroke videos just tend to do better.
This channel.
Yeah, tend to do better. So I've always wanted a two-stroke too. I've always wanted something like that. So to do the build that bring everything together is pretty sick. So it's just gonna be more of like a play around bike, content bike, possibly Red Bull straight rhythm if that comes back, and then if we can race it at a couple outdoors, I think that'd be pretty fun.
Crap, this is a disaster going on over here.
I know.
Man, it doesn't even fit in the
Yeah,
cup
I know it
holder.
doesn't.
That's
It's
rough. Okay, so let's go back to Supercross here before you get hurt.
Yep.
Let's talk about your starts, because huge talking point actually in the industry. I remember texting you on multiple occasions early in the morning going, dude, I'm listening to this podcast, they're talking about your starts.
Yeah.
And you being like, just send it to me.
Yeah.
Have you always been a good starter? What's your technique? Are you a lessing? Are you like counting to five after?
I don't count at all now.
I feel like he's been asked this question so many times.
I have.
January,
It's totally fine.
And he's given the same answer every time, which is great.
And now,
What's my
we're getting
answer
it
every
on-
time?
you just don't have one.
Yeah,
you
I
just don't have one.
Just confidence.
You
and
and
just knowing-
Shannon Nide like just worked with you. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So like
that's it.
Shannon kind of taught me my technique a little bit, and I've kind of got my own things over the years. But yeah, the biggest thing is just like pure confidence. I have good reaction time, obviously, but I don't count anything. I just literally, and I don't look at pins. I just look at the front of the bar, and just as soon as that thing moves at all, that's when I go.
I think the one thing I've seen with you that's with a lot of, especially nowadays, like that's different, is your shift points are always on, like they're on point.
Yeah.
Like where a lot of guys, they tend to ride a gear too long or they short shift too early.
Yeah.
But with you, it seems like your shift points are they're always consistent all the time. I mean,
true.
what was the round where you went to the LCQ and got the whole shot from the outside? Was that the Houston?
No, it was Arlington 3, because that was when I Indonesia 2, because I hit neutral off that tabletop and I smashed my hand.
Because I just remember
couldn't
sitting
race-
there going,
yeah.
I'm like,
20-second gate pick.
I'm like,
last gate
I bet
pick.
he can get a star. If he gets a jump, he's getting a star. Sure as shit.
Wheeling down the stairs.
I was like, yeah, that was nice.
What goes through your mind as you go around that first turn? And because we've all seen the picture of like it's like you, Webb, and then I think it was like Wilson or somebody
Yeah.
at Husky, and it's like you're ahead of all these guys. Like what goes through your mind is you hit that first jump and you just look over because there's no one in front of you,
Yeah.
and you're just like all of the best guys in the world at Supercross are right next to you, and you're like, yeah, if I just cut over, I can take them all out
Yeah.
right now.
So like the biggest thing for me is like, well, that was my first 450 main event too. So like to do that on the first go was kind of gnarly, and I just freezed up, to be honest. Like I sat there and I was like, dude, I got Webb got around me, I think in turn 2 or 3, but I was like, I got Roxon, Webb, or not Roxon, I got Roxon, Tomac, Barsha. Like that, honestly, I don't know why, but like just watching him as a kid and knowing Bam Bam Barsha, I was like, oh, I don't know what to expect, you know what I mean? So I just kind of froze up. I didn't ride very good, and stayed up there for a little bit, but just kind of weaseled out. And then like if I were to go out there again and do it, like since I've already experienced that, like it's completely different game, like ball game.
Yeah.
Because like the second time that so the very next week or a few days later, I made a main event again. That was when my bike blew up, but like I was running a solid top 15 until my bike blew up. So like just grabbing the experience and then knowing that you belong there is a pretty big deal.
I think another thing too, if a lot of the viewers don't know, is about Kevin is he grew up racing arena cross.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows anything about what the arena cross series used to be, is like you leave the door open, you're gonna get slammed.
Oh yeah.
Where with a lot of guys, like they didn't have to go through the arena cross thing. So I feel like for you too, when you're in a pack, like you're calm. Where a lot of guys like spaz out, and you know the racecraft isn't great. With you, like you're comfortable being around chaos.
Yeah.
And like
that is true.
I was thinking, you know, when that happened, I'm like, oh, he's fine. It doesn't matter who's next to him because he's used to this. Where arena cross, like, does anybody go back and watch 20? What was it? When were you on the Cowie in arena cross? Was it 2016?
Are you talking about Amsoil?
Yeah,
I was on KTM when I was in Amsoil stuff.
Okay, so
It was a black KTM, but it was 2017.
So go back and watch if there's any. I mean, there's got to be highlights of arena cross from then, and just see the chaos that ensues at an arena cross. Because you did the head-to-head stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even
I made
that,
it to head-to-head my very first race.
Yeah.
At the arena cross, so that was like, it was pretty cool.
So like for that, I feel like with you, like it's gonna be really hard to shake you.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of guys, like I said, that especially in a situation like that, they tense up a lot. Where with you, like you're used to that
Yeah.
shit. So
Was
that
Bauer
also
still
helps.
in arena cross when you came through, or?
Yeah, I think so. Or no.
I thought it was Hayes and Regal.
It wasn't. Oh, it was. What's the one that hurt his back? And I freaking know him pretty well.
Oh shit.
Not Hayes. It was the guy. It was the other Cowie rider. That was.
Oh, Gavin Faith.
Yes, Faith.
Gavin
Yes,
Faith.
Gavin
Yeah,
Faith.
yeah.
So like that was right when he. That
Yeah.
was when he. That was the year that he
Won the
got hurt.
championship. Didn't he win a championship the year before?
The year before, I think he
Yeah.
did, because he got hurt this year. When he had it pretty much wrapped up, I think. But.
And then you did the first couple rounds of arena cross this year too, and right?
That was the Southern.
Oh, that was the Hoosier Arena Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you went out there and kicked some ass.
Yeah, that was
Dominated.
good. Yeah, it was solid.
Actually, now
Went 4 for 4.
that we're on topic of that situation though, since arena cross is kind of, I mean, there's individual regional series, but like there used to, for a lot of people that don't know, there used to be a lot of series. There used to be the Amsoil, before that it was Toyota, there was Buku. Kind of talk about that a little bit though, because like that was where you got your feet wet as a pro for the first time.
Yeah.
And like, once again, for anybody that doesn't know, go back and watch some of that stuff. You can go way back before that when Bauer's like, it's very intense.
Yes.
It's very intense, especially for the first few laps.
Yeah.
So talk about that a little bit.
So, I mean, I kind of pride myself on coming in and finding quick success through that, because I started in like the Hoosier Arena Cross stuff right now. It's the smaller, more local kind of arena crosses that can be a little bit gnarlier, but obviously they have to be suitable for all bikes, so it's not like they're the Amsoil Arena Cross stuff, but it's playing that cat and mouse game as a kid, just kind of getting experience of how to pass somebody and what to expect, and try to read somebody's mind when they're behind you, so you can understand, okay, I might get cut off in this corner, I need to cut down, like just all like the racecraft, like you said. And honestly, like we had pit bikes when I was smaller, and I have a brother who's 15 months older than me, so we're pretty close in age, so we would go on pit bikes, and we had a little pit bike track at the time, and we would play the cutoff game, right? So like every corner, we were squaring each other up and like knew that we were getting cut off. Like I honestly think that has a lot to do with my little bit of my racecraft and my technique, is like just playing around and having a good time and getting the experience.
Well, yeah, because I always find it funny when like you see a lot of the 250 rookies going to the Supercross, and you know you see them get sketched and they're trying to figure out the track, and somebody for new that watches it, they're like, oh yeah, like they're doing that on purpose. It's like, no, that's their sketch. Whereas arena cross, like you leave the door open coming into a bull corner, they're actually intentionally trying to tee you off.
Oh yeah,
like that was their. That's
happened plenty of
the thing
times.
about arena cross, because like you know, everybody tries to be respectful, but it seems like an arena cross, it's just, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't really care. So it's sad to see that arena cross is gone, because there's a lot of guys that have had success even after their supercross outdoor careers, and then they've gone into that.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks that we don't have that series anymore, because I think it helps a lot. I really do.
I agree too. And it gets people a lot more prepared for supercross than...
Especially the whoops.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Was the Hoosier Arena Cross, was it that sketchy too?
No, it was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't as like, it's not as peak, because you got to think like 65s and 50s races, so you have to be
Oh,
reasonable.
I meant more like the other riders. Like, was it still,
No,
it was pretty
good.
sketchy
No, it
with
was
like
good.
takeouts and stuff? Okay.
At least in the pro class. Like, obviously in the C class it's a different story, but...
I remember the first amateur arena cross I went to in Grand Rapids. This kid is like blitzing whoops in C class and like almost eating shit, and the guy's on the announcer thing like, settle down, buddy, everybody makes the main. No need to die right now.
They take it serious, man.
Oh man, dude, some of those kids. So, you do arena cross when you're 17. Did you do that for a year, 2 years?
1 year, because the year that it went away is the year that I did it.
Okay, cool. And did you do both classes when you did that then too? Okay, all right. Did you do arena cross before that, like in the amateur or the lower levels, or you just like jumped in one year, said screw it, I'll do it, did that, and then gone, you're like, well, it's time for supercross. That sounds like the best plan I've ever heard in my life.
Worked
This
out.
arena cross shit's way too easy. They shut the series down. Good, 'cause I wasn't going back anyway.
I wasn't going back anyway.
Screw that. I don't want to have to make Bowers cry. So
Yeah.
Hey man, Daniel Blair, he's got a title. Don't disrespect arena cross.
Now your first Supercross, because I didn't really I didn't really know who you were until like Indy, that first year of your Supercross.
That was my
Did you-
second ever Supercross.
Did you qualify for the first one?
Yeah, I qualified.
Which was the first one?
Yeah, and I was coming off a broken leg too, so I had like no prep time. So I had 3 weeks on the bike, probably 3-4 weeks on the bike. Came in, I qualified, didn't quite make the main. And then the second one, I made the main event.
Was that like the first time you take off on a Supercross main event?
Yeah.
And there's like all the people in the stadium.
Oh, it's
and-
sick.
Is
It's
it?
sweet.
I just want to know what was the heart rate at, because
I have no idea. I feel
Took my
comfortable.
watch
I'm
right off.
confident now, and I'm comfortable enough to wear a heart rate strap and like watch and stuff like that. But I wouldn't for the longest time, because I was just like, that's the last thing I need to be
Oh,
worried
yeah.
about, is if, you know, like when it drops to
yeah.
your stomach sometimes.
Yep.
I was like, I don't want to worry about that.
Because the only reference that I have of somebody's first, and it was a different situation, but I remember talking to the MTF guys. Barsha's first one at Indy, and then he rips the Holy, and in the heat race for 5 laps, he was maxed out at 220
Oh my goodness.
for 5 laps, and they're like, "How did you not die?"
That's
Unbelievable.
wild.
So I was just kind of curious, like, if you had any like idea what your heart rate was at.
No. But it always is around that.
Sorry, boring.
Yeah, no, you're good. Around, shut up. Around that 200 mark, like it's very common, like because I train with it, obviously, like the polar stuff.
Yep.
And it's very common in Supercross motos to see me in the 200s.
Oh yeah.
Now, when you're racing, do you have like the mindset of like, say you're going over a triple, right? You don't need to rip a tear off. You're not really in a side-by-side battle with someone. You look at your watch just to see like either a time, because
No, I
think it's
never.
time, or
No.
heart rate. Okay.
No, I just rely on the pit board for that.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so we are running out of time here on our camera because it only goes for so long, so that's why these are short, sweet, to the point here with talking about some stuff. So why don't you tell everyone where they can find you, because you have some pretty interesting ways of running your program here and getting the support. Tell everybody where they can find you, where they can go to support you, and again, where they can find all this content that we've been producing all week.
Content-wise, Instagram at Moranz.85, Facebook Moranz.85. The Patreon Instagram is at Moranz Racing.
Go to that.
YouTube, Kevin Moranz. And if you guys want to join said Patreon, join the team, be a part of my program, get some pretty cool perks, whether it's, you know, signed memorabilia, jerseys, number plates,
Your name
posters.
on his fender in a Supercross
Yeah,
race.
exactly. Names on my bike, stuff like that. Head on over to kevinmoranz.com, hit the Join Moranz Racing tab, and you guys can join either as a sponsor or as a fan. There's 2 different ways to do it, and it kind of gets you a behind-the-scenes look, plus some cool perks to kind of have access to me and everything.
He sends out cool stuff. I get it all the time.
Get to hear the helmet cam footage of the flagger talking to him after his bike fell up and he's pushing it up.
Exactly.
Go to that video.
Yeah. So go check it out. I appreciate the support.
All right, cool. Well, thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining us here. I know we've been together all week, so, and you're probably like just waiting
like,
for
dude,
tomorrow.
Yep, you're good.
Tomorrow it's like, dude, I gotta get out of here. So.
Nope, you're golden.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. We got more of these coming up. This is the first of many we're doing today. all different people, privateer heroes. We'll see you on the next one.